Back with you, AI Trading Futures. This is Jim Daniels, and I'm the human button pusher. We was just talking in the previous segment. Please like and subscribe, comment down below, download all the freebies, tell your friends. Let's make a community here, and let's all contribute and make it better and better and better. And when the show hits here, you're going to be able to use us for stuff that you don't want to buy. We'll have Bookmap, we'll have live news feeds, we'll have AI, PhD level AIs watching all the indices, the charts, the bond market, the gold market, petroleum, put and call walls so that all your Greeks will be watched, and that she's watching all at one time. She just gave me a signal for a short again. I'm not going to take it. We're 67.21 on the day. Rough getting there. If you watch some of the videos from earlier today, I was up to 15,000, 14,120. And then I had that another computer glitch, and it locked up. I was stuck in a short, and I got hosed, and went down 20 something thousand. So I had to come back from 20 something thousand to get back up to 67.21. And I am going to tell you about how to find the bottom and the top. Give me 1 second. Yes, last night we did 11,068. So the market reopens at 6 p.m. Eastern. So from 6 p.m. Eastern to now, we've done 11,068 and at 6,700. So well over 15,000. Unbelievable. Just that we do over 10,000 has been amazing to me. I have never done above 10,000 until I started using this quant science and her to help me, if nothing else, keeping me stable and helping me get out of my losers quicker and stuff like that. Just being more disciplined and not being afraid to bet a little bit more. And so this is for entertainment. The trading I do is a show. You're never going to bet this much. And I'll rephrase that again like I did in the previous video. If 1 to 3% of what you want to day trade with futures allows you to do 50, 60, 70 lots, that's fine. I mean, obviously the banks do thousands at a time. They have to stagger in their orders. And so, but if you only have $250,000 to your name, then that might not be, you might not want to even use, you might not want to use 1 to 3%. You know what I'm saying? But you want to say, I can lose this $100,000 trading futures. I have traded futures long enough to know on paper trading, and then through very, very cheap prop firms, and then funded prop firms to where I'm getting payouts, and I know I can do it. Now you get to that stage, then this might be for you. This game might be for you. If you see what I've done it in real time. You see my win-loss ratio. Okay, look, today it's 82%, all right? And I show it all. I'm very transparent. And so go back and look at October 15th. It was the hardest day I ever had. I had made my most money I ever made trading with AI at the 6 p.m. session. Rolled in $26,000 in profit that next morning. I lost all that plus another $35,000 because I was just round hole square peg. I had an off day with me. I wasn't listening to AI. I was over betting. I was under betting when she said bet heavy. I was betting heavy when she said bet 1 or 5. It was just a cluster F on my part, not her part. She's getting better and better and better. She's machine learning all the time and getting better and better and better. But if you don't listen, if your mom says don't put your hand in the fire and you do it, guess what? It ain't mom's fault, is it? So she's calling me a signal right here, y'all, and she's only saying 5, which means she's not convinced. Oh, look, it's 9:50, so 10:50 over there. So it's probably she's seeing. And look at that. I hadn't even looked at it. I don't know what she's seeing because she's looking at all kind of stuff. But look, just my old school tells me that our volume is starting to taper a little bit. So maybe she wanted me to go down 5 because it might be less pain on a loss. I'm going to sit here. I'm okay with the 67.21 until I have a clear runner over here. Now she's saying 25. I'll do 10. Saying the risk is at 20, is at 10 when we get a setup. So let's just wait. Maybe we'll get another one of these rods down, and we'll get through the EMAs. So switch over to a 1 minute. That matches our ASHI. ASHI's getting the top and bottom tail on the 1 minute, but still hovering around the EMAs. And so I think that we, and look, the reason you scan up, if you're not going to use AI, now she's watching all of this. Her signals, she knows the 1 minute is in the middle of the linear regression channel. She knows what the 5 minute is. She knows what they all are. She's watching them dynamically, not just these. I got her watching on 1 minute all the way through. And so she's watching a 17-minute candle and a 14-minute candle, all this oddball stuff that we can't even get to. She's able to do it though. And so anyway, and that way the signals are pure, and that's how I look at my close ratio. My only problem with profit is when I get in the way, like I had that computer glitch. I'm having computer glitches all day from the opening. All right, sorry, 4 minutes in. How do you catch an absolute bottom and absolute top? Like right there is a clear, short-term bottom. There's a clear short-term top. How do you catch that? Well, if you have signals, you DCA into it for your longs. If you could go 10 micros, excuse me, minis, right? What is that? That's 100 micros. Is it 5 to 50? Whatever. Let's say you start off learning your DCAs with just micros. Say I'm going to do 10 micros. There's my signal to go long, but the wick goes against you. You could DCA, meaning you add one, you add one, you add one, you add one, and it starts rotating, coming up the other way. You add one, and when the next candle the bodies breach the previous body, you DCA stops. I'm not giving you advice. This is how a lot of people do it. This is how I do it. All I'm telling you here is how I do it. This is entertainment, right? And then guess what? You caught the bottom. When you get up to the top and you got short signals, you might have shorted here, right? But it went long on you for that wick. When you DCA, you buy another one here, you buy another one here, you would have bought another one there, and then that wick, the body would start pulling back. You might buy another one here, buy another one here, buy another one here, and when you got down to where your entry point was here, and your short will start to get into the green, your DCA, your dollar cost average is over. And guess what? You caught the bottom of that because you DCA'd. You caught the top of that one because you DCA'd. That's the only way you can predict absolute bottoms and absolute tops, is to keep scaling in. Doesn't that not make sense? Right? And this is nothing new. I ain't invented DCA. I just sort of mastered how to use it, especially on a 30-second candle. I've gotten really, really good over the years of watching when the candle's just pulling back into itself. That's just a normal rubber band of buyers and sellers. Like, you can drop over to your book map, right? You can just watch the normal tug of war over here. See that tug of war? So, if it's just right in the middle. So if it leans a little bit away, these guys are pulling that way to go that way. It's going to do that inside of a candle. And I've just gotten really good at, I entered it short, but it pulls back in there. I'll DCA into the candle because my stop is still above the other candle. And I do manual stops. I recommend everybody do hard stops until you're really, really proficient. Until you got that fighter pilot level of instinct. And get out of the way. Great traders. Down below is a lot of different, should be 3-4 PDFs. I put a lot of time in those PDFs. I'm not selling them. You're not having to sign up my Discord to get them. And I'm encouraging you to run all those transcripts, those PDFs through your own, TSL. I'm going to turn that off. This thing's driving me crazy. I want the actual alert to go away. Yes, I know it's crossing. Our shares are gonna call away. We got it. Okay. Getting back to the DCA, and also not just DCAing, to try to catch the bottom, but you could be on a downturn. Let me go show you, for instance, over here. Watch over here. Like, if you're in an ashy candle up run or down run, look at this run right there, which is I'm on a 5 over here. Let me do 1 minute squared. 1 minute both charts. All right, so this one right here compares to this one right here. See that? Now, when this candle gets separated away and down in here, right, from your 5 EMA, and in that candle it pulls back towards your 5 EMA, you can DCA. That's just adding to your positions. Like, it was way down here. Ooh, I got a lot of money made. You've been trailing your stop based on your very, very clean ashy candles over there. You're trailing your stop, and the ashies won't show you the wicks. So you have to have your regular candles up. But I have known a lot of people that trade MNQs because it's very low risk, a very, very, very low dollar amount. But then they have an excellent strategy to DCA into like 50. They know they're on a runner because of ashy. They'll use a regular candles, and every time it pulls back to the 5 EMA, boom, they add one. They'll go down here, move their trailing stop up. It'll pull back into that candle, boom, add one. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And that's in my guide down below. My guide down below shows you how to scale in. There it goes right there. I'm going to take it. I don't know why I did, but I'm going to take it. Let's just try to get a little profit out of that. I'm going to DCA right there just for funsies. I'm just going to take out the 250 because I was late on her signal, but look, it's still going to go. That was just a breakdown of these little wicks here that, if I was going to guess, not knowing what she sees, and she's saying I got 5 minutes of down selling. I give up, right? I give up. $7,000 on this session plus that $11,000 at the open last night at 6 p.m. I'll take it. We will try to get to $20,000 on the combined day. I was way past that earlier and had those losses because of that computer glitch. So, DCA, there's many ways to do it. If you are confident in your setup, And most of the time, one, it's going to go against you immediately because your commission front loads, right? And then when you DCA, look at this thing. And when you DCA, it front loads. So you got to be mindful of that. And so you could get real tactful and real nimble to where you can watch your candles. You get zoomed in on your 30s, and you can watch your candles. Obviously, this candle had motion in it. And when it pulls back up and it gets around your 10, and now you got to learn what the session's doing. This session has been very adhering to the 5, not really getting to the 10. This was an anomaly, and that just tells me, that would have told me that this was, the starting of a reversal candle, and it would have stopped you out because you would have gotten almost stopped out right there. You might have held it, you would have definitely probably took your profits on that wick. And it got up there close. I can't see if it actually negated it. If you were doing a manual one, that one might not have bothered you, but if you put a hard stop in there, it would have triggered. They would have taken that liquidity. But technically, it's this one. So I'll show you what I mean. So if you got into this trade, even if you didn't get into it to the break of the 20, now she called the signal to me on the break of structure right there. So the trade actually could have been about right there. And the first negation is see that lower high right there. That's the high part of that candle, and it's lower than the previous one. That would have been your stop loss, your manual or your trailing, depending on however you do it, and you would have had your stop right there. That's 78 points. Okay, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. 78 points, 11 minutes. What if you only had 1 NQ on that? Do your math. 78 points, 1 NQ. All right, so there's all kind of ways to trade this. It's in my setup guide down below. So like, subscribe, comment, send your friends, download all the stuff, analyze it yourself, give me feedback. You could publicly give me feedback. There's no reason to troll me. I'm trying to help everybody. Let's help everybody. And then this is the trading part of this is just for fun. Okay, this is entertainment. It's not giving you ideas. It's not how I would normally trade. This is the motorcycle, as I said before. This is the tightrope act. This is those TikTok videos that catch your attention. You can't go away from them, even though you know that they're AI. That's what this is. But this ain't AI. This is me trading it. I'm just trading way bigger numbers than normal, so we can play with bigger numbers for funsies, right? But the AI and everything I'm using, and Grok 4, and all this stuff that's plugged in, and Mentor Q, and Spot Gamma, right? And I got Ninja Trader, and I got Interactive Brokers, TradingView, Tradeovate, and all these APIs I'm watching. Look over here. I'm watching the news. Now I'm watching the news live with Python scripts. She is watching. If President Trump steps to a microphone, if he makes a Truth Social, or if anybody from his cabinet makes a post on X, she's on top of it, and she's factoring that into the signals she sends me. That's why the proof is in the pudding today. 82% accuracy. I don't like that 69.56 because if you watch the previous videos today, I had 15,000 made. I had to dig back from a $20,000 loss when I couldn't get out of a trade. I don't know what the hell's going on with my rig. As you know from previous videos, I'm waiting on the live oak for the new fiber optics. It's all installed. The box is right out there between our neighbor Candy's and our house, so we're very close to it. The house is ready. Now we're waiting for just the low volt people to do boom boom and they start our subscriptions. They're shooting for the end of October, but you know how contractors are. So if I can get it by Thanksgiving, I'll be happy. But I got a feeling that's what happened today. At the end of the day, she will do an analysis on why we had latencies and why we had slippages. Look at yesterday's videos. I see $1,300 on my screen and have $1,000 loss. It's insane. Now today I had some good slippages this morning, so I can't complain about today because today I got out on a couple of $1,200 or $1,400 ones, and it was like $3,000 by the time it filled. And so I'm not going to say take the good with the bad. I'd rather not have any slippages either way. They just be within a 2-3 ticks of what I see when I hit my flatten button. That's what I want to see over there in my win column or loss column, whichever way it go. I'll be right back with you. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Really appreciate you guys being here on a Friday, October 17th.